I was thinking today we go with Hildegard. Let me hide my video preview. That's also probably kind of the problem here. Oh well, we'll see. So I was thinking we go with Hildegard here, well, mostly just to try out this story, I think. I may have already tried that once, I'm not quite sure. In each case, we have to add an engineer in that case, because this week's challenge requires a diplomat, an engineer, which means a diplomat being either one of Hildegard, Kwame is a diplomat, Charles, although he's not very suited to the other requirements, and also Victor. The requirement is the captain being a friendly person, so someone with the highest affinity for friendly over here. You can't really check that anymore if you've already selected a second team member, so that's a little awkward. But there is a slight list, and I think it's about 9 captains or something who have a friendly affinity, so it's easy to make that work. I was thinking we add, from the engineers, we add Anna, just because this might be useful still, as well as Anna generally being the most useful in a friendly group. I could be wrong, because Philippe actually has a friendly attack. It's just that I don't have anything particularly productive unlocked with Philippe, and if we're going friendly, then the buff from Encourage also doesn't really do anything. So he doesn't really have anything anything to add here, except for possibly Tranquility, which Hildegard will already provide us with decent healing, I think. So I'm adding Anna, most of all because I want to have someone with an excitability. Which is useful for buffing up the rest of your team, and then I'm choosing Hildegard mostly because a friendly team needs a decent attacker, and with the puppy eyes here, Hildegard becomes quite a monster in dealing friendly damage, so that's pretty good. So was willing to try that out, and then finally I think we're adding someone who can also deal some damage, like Maria. I'm a little bit in doubt about this. I don't think we're having anyone else here yet, though. If you're here, give me a shout in the chat. In the chat, I mean. Not dropping any more frames so far. Seems to be going fine. Let me know if the sound is good and everything. I don't have a lot of experience here, so we're just winging it and going with it. So I was thinking adding Maria, not entirely sure yet, but in a friendly crew. Well, I was hoping to try out Ivan, but I don't have his personal story unlocked, so that's probably a really bad idea here. Might have tried it out otherwise. Could add Victor, although I'm not the biggest fan of Victor in general. So I think we're just picking Maria and rolling with it here. Her crew story is probably not very successful, but that's still fine. If we can add it with Ada, then she can at least make some use of the attack you get from... Oh no, wait, that's different. Oh, she gets a Begala perk then, I think. Wait, no, that's not how that works. Ah, well, we'll see how it goes anyway. When Anna gets a Begala perk, that's not very helpful at all. We'll just see. I was just looking for someone who can actually also deal some damage, in case we're fighting someone with impressed resistance, for example. So that might be a thing. And also someone to actually use this this campfire story on, because we want to use that on someone with a Begala Quick Thinker or Tactician stat. And it's kind of hard to find a friendly person who fits that description, except maybe Victor, so maybe I should just be going with Victor instead of Maria here. But I generally like where this is going. We are playing on Classic, yes we are, and then starting out with Viking Landing. Let's go. So this is going to be our team, and we'll see where we end up. I haven't really played with Hildegard as either a team member or a captain a lot, but she's supposed to be pretty good, so we'll give it a try. Alright. So Viking Landing, of course, to make a little use of Hildegard's Captain perk, which is particularly powerful in the early game, so gotta grab that early status. Oh, and we see Anna is not amused here. She gets a slight little debuff because she doesn't like Hildegard as a captain, and well, that's her loss, I guess. Because we are still reasonably going for science, even though we're not particularly suited for it. We get some a decent amount of science even when we're not focusing on it, so that's rather good. Wanna start out, well, this encounter is nothing to worry about, so probably having Anna go first here. Oh, her friendly attack, of course, is kinda sucky, so that was not supposed to happen. We'll just do it this way. Hildegard has basically no defenses, right? So I should probably be a little careful here, and having two glass cannons is actually maybe not the best idea. She has some very decent speech defense, so that's probably fine still. I'm gotta be a little careful about especially Maria. Maria is being the more vulnerable person here. That's actually interesting. We can finish off the sheep with a devious ability, and that is fine. I was also thinking about adding a character like Yvonne or something, which could have been interesting, but she's just really not that useful in friendly combat. So yeah, not really working out. I was checking for Kwame as a captain, for example, and then you want something with an impress ability because Anna and Kwame both have Excite, and if you have a team full of Excite abilities, then it's not really going to end particularly well if you find some Excite resistant foes. Led by a child. I can't believe Pinkerton talked me into this. I'm an explorer, not a babysitter. Oh, that's pretty funny. This one is probably going to be better to start off with, but I'm definitely keeping this one around, and I guess also keeping this, although yeah, it's good as a backup plan at least. You do want to give this one at least 2 expeditions to mature, so we also want to get some benefit out of Hildegard's card though, so I guess we can't be too greedy here. Perhaps this one is not all that useful anyway, and we should just start out with this here. We don't really care too much about the engineer perks, right? She doesn't have a perk to teach. Well, we could teach a naturalist perk to Hildegard at the moment, but that's not actually that useful. And getting this one out early is going to provide us with a lot of campaign, so I guess we'll go for this. I'm probably choosing Anna in that case, or perhaps Hildegard if we want to give her some... I don't know. They're likely to end up with... I have absolutely no clue. Let's just go with this, discard all the others, or I'll keep the campaign in that case. And let's... this is going to be a little... Well, that is a hole I'm not about to dig myself into. But what is the buff that is given here? It's a plus speech thing, right? So I kind of want to use it on Hildegard here. This is this is kind of a strange situation, though, when you realize that Hildegard's only 14 years old. But everyone has his or her first crush at some point, right? So this does add a lot of speech power, and that's what we're going for, right? A bit of a strange situation, but sure. We get a bonus because we have a diplomat. That's very nice. We've got a beguiler, so wits challenges might work out in our favor. I'm not quite sure, but alright. Maria's pretty good here, so let's go with that. There we go, as expected. And should we grab the treasure first, or doesn't really matter too much because we're grabbing everything anyway? Probably want to do some encounters first. That is probably kind of important, just to get the experience out. I think we might actually no, we want to focus on the Beguiler with Maria for sure. That is the one thing that is certain right now. Might have a diplomat, which is pretty good. Turf house could lead to some interesting stuff. And definitely want to... It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm just hoping for something good. I haven't done the turf house a whole lot, so I'm not sure what to expect here. Something like a runestone, something Viking, a war artifact. I don't think I want a war artifact, I'm pretty sure. How about something typically Viking? We get a chance for the dragon head. I'm not sure whether that's good for us, but we'll see. Survivalist, quick thinker, rogue spins. That's not very useful right now. We could indeed go for the +3 campaign and study. That is pretty good to give our research a head start, I guess. So let's go with that, indeed. Not terribly amazing, but we'll roll with it. Hidden Hoard, definitely want to go for secrets as much as possible, and Hildegard will focus on we probably want to spread the diplomatness around, I think. Spending a campfire card to give everyone a diplomat perk is probably good for us. So let's do that. Classical physics, do we already have classical physics? We don't. But Anna is going the engineer route anyway, so that is probably fine. Just getting 2 level 2 naturalists, I guess. Let's go for this, and we'll see how it goes. Because we're grabbing the diplomat perk at some point anyway, so that's fine. Prices are outrageous, alright. Diplomat negotiations is definitely going for to Hildegard. That's pretty nice, actually. Sure. Oh, we could actually... how is our campfire cards look? Oh, I really wish I could look that up right now. I don't think that matters right now. No, Hildegard doesn't have the perk that gives a bonus for every level 2 diplomat. So there's no real use in giving this to anyone but Hildegard, I think. So that's still pretty nice. No need to buy any resolve, no need to buy any supplies. Although we are running into penalties starting right now. 2 more encounters to go, only 1. Alright. Some more friendly fellas, so that's good. And then depending on who we run into, we will finish this encounter with a friendly attitude, which is also actually quite helpful. Alright. And a nice bonus for finishing friendly, which is really good to start out with. And always a 1 encounter token bonus for finishing deviously, but we won't be making a lot of use of that, I think. Hildegard can take 1 of them out instantly, Anna can absolutely not. And how does Maria fare right now? Could give it a try at least. Probably want to move her slightly out of range, perhaps a bit more than slightly, in case that this goes wrong. And then Anna can probably just block off the way. I could have actually excited Maria before, but taking this one out, letting Anna block. Anna can be a pretty decent tank, and starting on level 3, I guess 4, we will become particularly effective in in keeping some people stunned while we take out the rest. That's one of the main reasons you would want to bring Anna, even when she's not your captain. Alright, some bonus campaign here, and Hildegard loses speech power. That's not the one you want to see here. I'm definitely going engineering here, dropping a few more frames it seems, but we seem to be kind of okay so far. Kind of okay at least. Can we change that a little bit more? Because I really shouldn't be dropping frames at this point. Let's see. No. I don't want to lower it even more. What's wrong here? Keyframe interval is set. Yes. The switch say anything? Configuration excellent. No problem. Alright, well, we'll just grab the other stuff lying around here, because it's essentially free. Speech defense might be a little awkward. Nothing to worry too much about though. And some extra research might give us a head start, which is always appreciated. Loses speech defense. Well, Hildegard shouldn't be in a position where she's attacked anyway, so that is probably fine. Let's go. And who are we facing here? I'm secretly hoping for Cassandra here. Will we? We will not. Oh well, we don't have any use of gaining a plus attack buff on the entirety of our party, so I guess we're just going the friendly route in that case. Might be a little awkward because these guys will be aggressive. But friendly is going to be the better option here. So let's just be slightly careful, take out those guys first, I guess. Can they reach? They can reach this spot, but not the others. So this should be fine. As long as Tommy cannot reach us, we should be okay. We could even consider switching to Devious for a little bit, but I think... Did I place them in the wrong spot? No, Yes, I did. I actually did. How can they... Oh wait, Anna can move over here and then they can't anymore, right? Right. So that means... I can actually move Hildegard... Wait, Hildegard did not want... Oh, I already moved her. Okay. Well, that's a little awkward. In that case... What do I want to do? I could just take one of them out. That's probably the correct move here. Oh, is Anna in range of Tommy right now? She shouldn't be, right? No. So more friendly attacks, and we should be prepared quite well, even though Tommy might be able to deal quite some damage. I could actually fear him with Anna, which is not the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, we only have the minus armor penalty from... We could change to Devious real quick, right? Just for one turn. How about this? We start out with this here, and then we move towards the bottom. Can the other girls hit that one then? No, we cannot. It's going to be a little awkward regardless, but... and Anna takes a lot of hits, doesn't she? Well, I guess you can take out one of these guys, and then stand in the way for Tommy. That's probably not the greatest idea. How about no? Maybe we can just hold the fort here, or run away and cheer. Can we just take out Tommy here? Anna can't do anything productive, so that's not very helpful. Experimentation does nothing. People have lost speech power, so not working particularly great, I think. Probably want to be a little careful here. So fearing this guy and then moving... I don't want to move those in front. That's actually a horrible idea. Well, I guess we can take one hit from Tommy, right? We have 17% extra damage. That means Tommy deals like 20-ish. I don't think he one-shots any of the girls. So that would be okay if I just take down everyone. That would be okay. Okay, let's go and try that. So wait, where can Maria move? So Hildegard moves here and then can move one more space. Maria can only move up here, so we can take out this guy actually. Oh, and I can take out that guy, but then we can take out this one. So there's always going to be two. In that case, we just do it this way. Now we're provocative. I guess that's good enough for now. Tommy can move around, but cannot reach over there. So in that case, we move Maria here, and Anna will have to take the brunt here, unfortunately. He even misses, so that's excellent. And now we can possibly move around and take out that guy. We can. If Anna moves out of the way for just a little bit, she can move back, so that's good. Oh, but that doesn't quite work, right? I was going to move Maria in to take out this guy, but then Maria will take the next attack, which I really don't want to happen. So let's just do it this way then. Can Maria get in range for any of those guys? Not really, so she'll just have to distract Tommy for the time being. And it'll have to do. Unless experimentation, that's probably a bad idea. I could experiment on the guy in the back actually, which is not a horrible idea. I could take him out, and it might even be worth the shot, right? I think that's worth a shot. And now we use a friendly ability. Oh well, actually, let's not use a friendly ability and remain in devious for just one more turn. Then we switch back to friendly and we should be able to finish off. Ooh, that's not good. That is not what was supposed to happen. Where can Tommy move? I need to keep Maria out of his range. Let's see, can we block that off or can we just heal with Hildegard? We can probably just heal with Hildegard and things will be fine. Oh, that's a single target ability, right? How much does that heal? Almost entirely. That should work. That should work. I can even fear him with Anna afterwards. Ooh, but with an armor penalty, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Especially if we cheer him, if we impress him right now. I don't know. We can see. If we fear him here, that will not make him scared. We can just finish him off, can't we? No, we cannot because we're too far away. Okay. In that case, let's hope he doesn't kill Maria here. That was a bit of a mistake, I guess. Oh well. Not much we can do to help that. Well, it's okay, it's okay. It's not so bad as it seemed. I guess the special attack that does a lot of... that hits a lot of people is more damaging than his normal attack, so that's good. Tommy thinks we're nice. He'd better hope we're nice. Alright. That gives us an extra campaign. That compensates for the loss of +1 attack on everyone, which is kind of meaningless. We can take a random artifact or something the locals might recognize. I think we'll go for that, and the leprechaun would be really good here. So let's see if we can grab that. +2 for each level of Diplomat or +2 for each level of Beguiler? That's a great question. At the moment that would be 6 and that would be 4. I think we can keep Maria ahead of the Beguiler curve. Yeah, probably. That's probably good enough. Sure. Each level of Beguiler will go for that. Because that's 6 campaign right now, which is pretty good, and then quite possibly more later. So I think that'll pay for itself. Sure. And that's not a bad score for the first expedition, I'd say. That's a lot of status at least, so we better get some decent specialists here. I'm wondering if we'll get enough research to go for history here. That might be a little greedy. We are going to focus on encounters a lot, so we may wish to invest in anthropology reasonably quickly. We want to spend our insight on campaign, probably, so that means we want a level 6 diplomat at some point. We'll be able to make that work with Hildegard, I think. So definitely want to finish off this tree, and probably psychology in that case, for the bonus for renown. But then the next question would be, do we still want to unlock history, or is that not going to be worth it? We can do a little bit of history, but that will delay our anthropology by a little bit. We'll get more research when we start anthropology though, so I guess we could still be in okay shape. We want to unlock history and then perhaps buy some... buy a few... I'm a little distracted, I'm sorry. Then perhaps buy some lobbyists first, because we get a lobbyist for free there, and as well as some campaign tokens, so that might even pay for itself, at least a little bit. If we want to upgrade the thing, we want to open up the tree first. I think we can afford to go for history a little bit. I think Hildegard's... hello? Hildegard's bonus will give us enough research to do 2.5 trees or something. So we'll grab that, and then upgrade, I think twice. We will want to grab at least one specialist here. We get Diplomat Antiquity or Customs. Can we grab Customs with Hildegard at some point? No, so that's a good one. And that is likely... well, that is definitely going to be the pick. Do we want to check for another? I think we do. Still not the ones we want, so we're not really interested in any of these. We're not interested in collect tokens, and we're not interested in finishing in anything other than friendly. So I guess in that case we want this specialist over here. Perhaps even open up the last one. We have a lot of status, so that's not going to be too much of a problem. Let's just focus on the things we always want to do. We want to give Hildegard here a customs perk. And we want to buy a couple of lobbyists. At least... well, I think we'll just buy 3, right? There's no real reason not to. We're not buying the last specialist yet, so might as well. And then we're grabbing this one. Getting a decent amount of status back, so that's pretty good. Then opening this one, because that will give us a lot of status. We're not really interested in the other ones, I think. Although this one might pay for itself still. I'm a little hesitant. Do I really need the extra food? It's not going to be incredibly great, but if I get it now, it will... I guess it might pay for itself. I'm really hesitant about finishing this tree so fast, because it might mean we're delaying our anthropology by too much. So that's a little troublesome. But I think it's going to be... we're going to have a pretty decent insight bonus, right? If we're going to Paris here, we could, for example, it's only 3 tokens now, but if we would finish this, then that would be an additional, and it would be 2 additional encounter tokens from this. And that's basically it. So it's not incredible. Did we have any other campfire cards that increase insight? I don't think so, right? No, that's some of the other characters I checked out. So insight is actually not going to be all that great. In that case, I think I'm leaving these 2 behind. We are we are probably able to pick up this one, and then supplies won't be too much of a problem after that. Let's make absolutely sure we have enough to make this, though. Yeah, that will probably work out. I think it's going to be okay. So let's leave the research alone for now. Let's go and grab just a few more helpers, I guess. We kind of want to save that for... We could actually grab... Is that Hannah's mother or something? Or her older sister? I don't know. There's probably a story behind that. So we could grab the last lobbyist for now, or perhaps... I guess we could grab a journalist or two. It might prove to be more helpful. I'm also thinking about enlisting the help of Hannah here, but I don't think that will pay out too much. If we get 2 campaign tokens, 2 campaign tokens will be better than a study token, so the benefit is very marginal for us. Well, if it's that marginal, then I guess we are better off just buying 2 journalists over a lobbyist. I think so, yeah. So let's grab 2 journalists here, and perhaps a merchant or student. I'm not too interested. No, we'll buy the least relevant persons last, when we actually get the bonus from history for them. It's a bit up in the air still. I'm not entirely sure how much we can afford to buy, but we'll see that later. In each case, let's quickly check what we can grab here. Anna has Tinkerer and can grab advanced tools, so perhaps the monkey wrench is not that important right now. Do we want to upgrade the shop? Where do we want to go? Let's check that out first. I'm tempted to go to Hungary because of the status focus, but Hungary is not... Oh, no, I'm definitely going Mali here, actually. So in that case, Rogue Athlete Beguilers. We kind of want to grab the Athlete Trinket, I think. We don't have a Trickster. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best investment here. So let's do exactly that. We can probably do melee with base equipment, so that's good enough. In the case I really want to do that, yeah. So upgrade the shop and buy the machete. And I guess we'll give it to Anna. Because the bonus to terrifying powers is not irrelevant, so that's okay. Furthermore, do we want to buy an item, one item or another, at least some gloves? It means we can buy a decent book, I guess. Do we really need that? I think Maria and Hildegard will still be strong enough to get rid of most people in one hit, so it shouldn't matter too much, and Anna will never be strong enough to take out people in one hit. So I guess it's not all that important, actually. We could... Is there a shop in Mali? I don't remember. I don't think there's a shop in Mali, but... Would there be anything we want to buy there? I guess in that case we might as well buy a book and buff Anna by just a little bit. If she's going to be our main healer, then that could be worthwhile. Perhaps we're giving it to Hildegard to pull her up to the same level as Maria. We'll have to see. One decent book, it's good enough. Good enough for now. Let's go for Mali.